Number 7. Paul Bernardo. According to Darker in the Light, Paul Bernardo, Homolka's husband, became known as the Scarborough Rapist. Bernardo perpetrated a number of rapes and attempted rapes between 1987 and 1989, and although being questioned by the police, he was never charged. Bernardo was convicted and handed a life sentence after he and Homolka were captured in 1993, and he is currently serving it at Millhaven Institution. Number 6. Karla Homolka. Karla Homolka, the sole woman on the list, was known as the Barbie and Ken Killers, with her husband, Paul Bernardo. Homolka assisted her husband in the rape and murder of 3 women between 1990 and 1992, one of whom was Homolka's younger sister. In 1993, the couple was arrested, and Homolka agreed to a plea deal in which she gave up information on her spouse in exchange for a lesser term. She was charged with manslaughter and sentenced to 12 years in prison before being freed in 2005. Homolka was rumored to be romantically linked to Luka Magnotta, according to Heavy, though there's no confirmation that the two ever met. Number 5. Clifford Olson Jr. Clifford Olson was convicted of the murders of 11 children ranging in age from 9 to 18 in the early 1980s. Olson was first detained on accusations of attempting to kidnap 2 young girls. Later, he was accused with the assassination of one of his victims. As a result, he confessed to committing 10 killings between 1980 and 1981. For each person he revealed to police, he persuaded authorities to contribute $10,000 to a trust fund for his wife and children. His wife was awarded a sum of $100,000. Olson pleaded guilty to 11 counts of murder and was sentenced to concurrent life sentences in Quebec's Super Max Security Prison Special Handling Section. In 1997, 2006, and 2010, he was denied parole 3 times. Olson died in a hospital in 2011 after being diagnosed with cancer after being transferred from prison. Number 4. Robert Pickton. Robert Pickton, a multi-million-dollar big farmer, was convicted of 6 counts of second-degree murder against 6 women in Vancouver, BC, in 2007. He was also charged with the deaths of another 20 women, mostly sex workers and drug users from Vancouver's downtown east side, but the charges were stayed by the Crown. Pickton allegedly kidnapped the women and fed them to his pigs on his farm. He was given a life sentence with no prospect of release for the next 25 years. Pickton is now being held at the Fraser Valley Institute, a maximum security prison. Pickton has been seeking to contact media sources for several years in an attempt to get his tale out to the public, but prison officials have refused journalists access. Number 3. Russell Williams. Russell Williams, a Canadian military colonel, was charged in 2010 with 2 counts of first-degree murder, 2 counts of forcible imprisonment, and sexual assault, as well as 82 counts of breaking and entering. Williams confessed to Jessica Lloyd's kidnapping and death after being questioned about her disappearance and murder based on unusual tire tracks discovered around her residence. He was also charged after spending the next 10 hours confessing to a range of offenses. Williams was also found guilty of the murder of Corporal Marie-France Comeau, as well as the house invasions and rapes of 2 women, in addition to the initial murder conviction. Williams was then determined to have broken into the homes of several ladies and stolen their lingerie. Williams is being held in the maximum security prison at Port Cartier, Quebec, where he was convicted to 2 concurrent life sentences. Court cases regarding his wife's knowledge of the crimes and potential recompense for the victims and their families are still pending. Number 2. Mark Twitchell. Mark Twitchell was convicted of first-degree murder in 2011, and his case drew a lot of media interest due to its strange and unusual circumstances. Twitchell, an Edmonton film director, used a dating website to lure a guy to his rented garage in 2008, where he assaulted him, mutilated his body, and dumped it down the sewer. After the man vanished, detectives tracked down Twitchell and discovered a deleted movie script on his computer. The script detailed the investigation into the murder as well as another victim who had escaped Twitchell a few months before. The second victim was discovered and used as a witness in the trial. Twitchell was found guilty of first-degree murder and sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole for a period of 25 years, the maximum penalty permitted under Canadian law for murder. Twitchell is currently serving a life sentence in an Edmonton maximum security prison. Number 1. Luca Magnotta. Despite the fact that he has been in prison for a long time, Luca Magnotta has recently gained a lot of attention. The Scarborough native initially gained notoriety after he released a distressing video of himself killing 2 cats, sparking an internet manhunt. Magnotta quickly followed up with another video, this time showing him viciously murdering and dismembering foreign exchange student Jun Lin. Before fleeing Canada, the killer mailed bits of Lin's body to various schools and political parties around the country. Magnotta was eventually apprehended at an internet cafe in Berlin, where he was apprehended and sentenced to life in prison. Share and subscribe to our channel for future notifications.